Well, the name of President Ronald Reagan has come up many times during the debate over cutting the budget and raising the debt limit, but who keeps bringing him up is a little bit surprising. As CBS News senior White House correspondent Bill Plant tells us this morning. Bill, good morning.
Good morning, Chris. Ronald Reagan, of course, was the 20th century's iconic fiscal conservative, but that never stopped him from compromising with the Democrats who ran Congress in his day. And that's why today's Democrats are invoking his name during the current debate.
Ronald Reagan worked with Tip O'Neill and Democrats to cut spending, raise revenues.
Ronald Reagan said that there were important times for compromise for the good of the country.
Ronald Reagan successfully reached agreements with the Democratic Speaker of the House.
The debt ceiling was raised 18 times during President Reagan's 8 years. In 1983, he wrote the Republican Senate Majority Leader asking for an increase so the U.S. would not be forced to default on its obligations for the first time in its history. Historian David Brinkley says it shows that Reagan was a pragmatic conservative.
Budget. He knew that we couldn't be perceived globally as reneging because it very well might send the world economy spiraling in ugly directions. So Reagan is the exact guy the Democrats should be quoting over the summer, and they're doing it.
Not so fast, says Ken Duberstein, President Reagan's last chief of staff.
He would have said, fight for the principle of no new taxes. If you're going to raise a debt limit, it's the responsible thing to do, but do it along with massive spending cuts because the country needs it desperately in order to get our economy going and jobs created.
And yes, Ronald Reagan was willing to compromise, says Duberstein, but President Obama hasn't built the consensus needed to do the same thing.
Here's where we stand. We have a Democratic president and administration that is prepared to sign a tough package that includes both spending cuts, modifications to Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare that would strengthen those systems and allow them to move forward, and would include a revenue component. We now have a bipartisan group of senators who agree with that balanced approach. And we've got the American people who agree with that balanced approach. My hope, and what I will be urging Speaker Boehner, Nancy Pelosi, as well as Leader Reid and Mitch McConnell, is that they tomorrow are prepared to start talking turkey and actually getting down to the hard business of crafting a plan that can move this forward in time for the August 2nd deadline that we've set forward.